Wow, thank you, Brenda. It's an honor to be here anyways, but to be sharing the stage with Brenda is very special to me. I studied with Brenda as a dancer in my early 20s, and she was an inspiration for me then and is an inspiration now. So I'm very proud to be here. As Monica mentioned, I founded the Hivery almost 2 years ago. She is one of the Hivery members, and she invited me to come tell a story about courage. And I was thinking about courage. I wanted to give you a little bit of background on why I started the Hivery and how it circles back to dance for me. The Hivery began because of a very deep-seated urge for connection. I believed in the power of women coming together, but I couldn't quite place a title to that. I started out as a dancer. I started dancing when I was 3 or 4. I was very lucky that dance was my passion, and I danced professionally until I had my second child. And then somehow I accidentally retired from dance. It was not planned. It was unintentional. I had 2 kids. I couldn't stay at that level. I was mothering my kids and trying to get to class and trying to rehearse, and the nanny was making more money than I was, and it just was not working out. And so I accidentally retired. And as part of that accidental retirement, I started doing marketing work. And I knew marketing wasn't my soul, but marketing was working. It was working for me. I worked part-time, I picked my kids up from school. It was working. But I started to have this feeling, and we talked about it a little bit earlier today. I started to have this feeling like my life was like a closet. And I had this dance part of my closet, and I had this mother part of my closet, and I had this marketing executive part-time part of my closet. I was caring for my mother at the time. She was very ill. I had this caregiver part of my closet. And I would run around and change my outfit all the time. I was constantly putting on these different parts of my wardrobe, and I didn't want to live like that anymore. I wanted an integrated life. Like, let me bring it all together. And I started to think that one of the hardships about being a dancer was that I knew very acutely what it was like to be absolutely passionate about what I did. And I couldn't accept that I was going to have a life without that passion. I couldn't manage that. So I made a commitment to myself in a very deep, dark time, right after I lost my mother, who I'd been caring for. And in the very room where she died, I laid on the floor and I cried like I've never cried. And I realized that dance was my only way out of this, that the only way I would be able to integrate those parts of my life is like if I committed to living my life as a creative process. And laying on the floor at that moment, I thought, I have to be an artist in some way. So when I decided to create the Hivery, I really looked at how can I create art? How can I create beauty in the world that brings women together? And I really dissected for myself, well, then what is art? And what does it mean to be an artist? And the very first word that came to my mind is artists are brave. We put ourselves out there in a very brave, truthful, open, vulnerable way. How can we be brave together? One way we can be brave together is to create a beautiful space for women to create meaningful work. We come together and we can be brave together. We can find what we want to do together, and we can dig deep down together and be brave about voicing what we know we've wanted to do all along. So I was in a workshop 6 months ago at the Hivery, and I asked this question. I asked this question a lot of, what's next for you? What is it you're here because you want to cultivate what's next? And this woman raised her hand and she said, I have absolutely no idea what I want to do. And we'd been inventorying and working on skills and knowledge and behaviors and passions and all these things that are going to help us identify what we want to do. And she said, I have no idea. And I really sat with that concept and thought, does she really have no idea? Like, could I help her? Could I help her uncover? And then I thought to myself, no, what's happening here is she's scared. We've all felt that feeling. We're scared because we really do know. Deep down, we really do know what we really, really want to do. And we have to be brave. We have to stand up. We have to face ourselves, and we have to say it out loud. That's what bravery is standing before someone and saying, this is truly who I am. This is truly what I want to do. That's bravery. The basis for bravery, the basis for being a brave artist is connection. That's what we're doing here today. We're connecting and supporting each other in that bravery. We're connecting in an honest and vulnerable way to be brave artists. What artists also need? Artists need space. We need true space to come together and connect and create and be brave. Again, what's happening here at Woven, that's why this is working. We want to be brave artists. We want to connect together. We want to create space for it. So I urge you, in all of your creative work, deep down in your soul, that thing that you know you really want to do, be brave. Be an artist. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you so much.